Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming. I started this project about 3 years ago, and probably like you, I was looking at all the expenses of my company, and in this economic time we were getting into a little over 3 years ago, I said, what am I going to do? And I was going through every single line item, and I had no idea how to reduce electricity. I just didn't know what to do. And one of the things that people have asked me is, what's the process I went through? Well, the process basically was that I went on the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Solar website and I started reading and studying. And I had been involved in a passive solar residential project about 25 years ago in Northborough. So I looked at the tax credits, I looked at the check they were going to give me back, and I said, well, that all sounds very good. I then just went to the list of contractors. And I contacted 6 of them. I got 3 proposals, and I went with the proposal that I thought was the best. Now, it was a little easier maybe for me because I also have a construction company and a real estate development company. But I will tell you that in all the projects I've developed, this was the simplest that I have ever done. It was the easiest. I got the check. I got the tax credits. I will also say that one of the things you've got to look at this as long-term. I built this car wash 20 years ago. It will go on to my nephew. So I said, well, this is warranted for 25 years. So I'm in very good shape making this investment. We put the panels on the roof. This is the completed project. It's on Route 9 in Westboro. It took 7 months of construction. As I mentioned, I do have a construction company. I didn't use any of my own people. I was not on the site more than 2 days. Obviously, you have to hire the right contractor, but the equipment is so simple that there's little you have to do other than, of course, writing the check. Now, the way I financed it is I owned this building, which also includes the Jiffy Lube, so I just rewrote the mortgage. I was doing some more energy-efficient car wash equipment as well, again, to reduce my electric bill. So I just rewrote that, so the cost of the money was roughly 6.25%. The second piece, before you sign a contract with anybody, sit down with your accountant. It's not a very complicated process, but you need to be knowledgeable before you get into it because everyone's tax situation is different. Whether you have a sub-S or what kind of corporation or a partnership, sit down with your accountant, see how it's going to work. Fortunately, last year I didn't pay any income tax at all, and I won't pay any next year because of the way we structured it. But I really emphasize that. Even the contractors who will come out and give you proposals can't give you a straight, honest answer on how it's going to impact you. I will conclude by telling you simply that this works. I have paid so little attention to this thing that last week in preparation for this, I went back to see how I was doing on it. It is a 19,000 solar watt system. The 20% reduction is 50%. My electric bill when I started this was $25,000 a year, and I just didn't like that. I wanted it to be reduced. I thought it was going to be reduced by $5,000. We went active in December of last year. In the 9 months, I've saved $9,000. I expect to save $12,000 or 50%, $12,500 on my electric bill, and I expect to do that continuously, if not more, in the future. Now, part of that, again, you'll have to talk to your contractor, is in the car wash business, you're washing cars on sunny days. That's when you're generating the most electricity. So it works out ideal. I probably got the perfect situation. But I did get the tax credit, I did get the rebate check, and as I say, this system is very simple and it works very well. Thank you very much.